we have a very open-minded culture, which means it's far easier to hire people than, for example, to fire people. So people have a very trustful environment, and I know a couple of people which in other organizations, due to, for example, they've been responsible for a certain department or unit or I don't know what, something went wrong, and I know more than one organization where that would be your last day. Not in Barry-Wehmiller. In Barry-Wehmiller they try to find 24 different ways how to give you a second, a third, a fourth and a fifth chance. Does this work for everybody? Do I agree with all persons which are under that umbrella? Certainly not. But in general, I think it's a cool thing because it's giving you the opportunity to try out things. At the end of the day, we have the same challenges like all other enterprises as well, is how to find the people for tomorrow. I mean, we checked out, for an example, and I can only talk now about IT, that we have an age structure where key people or a huge bunch of key people is leaving the organization due to retirement within the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years. So we have to find a solution for that. So on one hand, we have now the challenge that we have to collect knowledge. So the question is, how do I collect knowledge in the organization? How do I structure that knowledge? And how can I make that knowledge available for the next generation? And then comes digitalization again into the game. If I already collect knowledge, why don't I use the same knowledge to give additional value-added services to my customers as a self-service? Because to enable a customer when there is a machine down and we know the symptoms, why not to provide him a self-service, push the following 5 buttons and pray, and probably it's working again. Why not to use the same source of information, not only for our own people, but also to customers? And so that's one of the initiatives we are currently working on, and which means in both directions. On one hand to collect knowledge, on the other hand to provide that knowledge to customers. But second point is, of course, that we need to educate people in a way for the future. And then it's a big question, what is the future? Is it our standard systems, which we have today in use? Or is the future what we're currently building? Or is the future a mix of it, because I have to lead it from the current environment to the future environment? That is the reason why I want to initiate collaboration with big universities, that we train people to a certain degree what we need to talk in diamond industry, to take a rough diamond and to cut and to polish it until we have the guy or the person we need skill-wise, and then to provide them a future. And I think that's also part of a change process, that you think about how do you win the next generation, which is not only culture-wise following you, but also from technical point of view, that they're able to lead the organization into the next stage. So, and that's another challenge. So if you ask how do we find the next people, I think we have to educate them by ourselves, because the markets are extremely empty.